Welcome to the Free Cheese episode 306. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Marc Augustiniak.
What's up?
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. It's July 1st.
Best month.
It is, well, October's still a couple months away. So, speaking of best months,
Well,
I started...
I'll tie it. I'll keep it tied. They both get first.
I didn't know that there was a Halloween subreddit,
That,
which I know.
there's a subreddit for everything.
I should have known, but I didn't. And then I found it, and there were a lot of people posting pictures of their local, home goods and whatever, already putting Halloween stuff out. Getting ready.
Did you ever watch the documentary
Are
of that house, or like the family where it's always decorated?
thought you were talking about the documentary Halloween, about the story of,
Austin Powers?
no, yeah. Who? What's the documentary?
I forget the name of it. But it was this. I think it was like on 3 different families it focused on, but they their houses were like overly decorated. I'm not sure if it's year round or if we're only in October. But it was like the most spectacle thing to check out.
No, I did not see that.
Pretty
No,
cool.
I won't. Yeah, Halloween's probably the best, and October's the best. July's not bad, save for the heat. This heat can go
I just
away.
meant birthday wise.
Yeah.
That's about it.
We got those good birthdays. Those, yo, I ain't going to school birthdays.
Yeah. Come back a little older.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See you next year, kids.
Yep.
All you chumps with October birthdays, well, I guess it's pretty cool. But then they got to go to school.
Yeah.
Unless their parents are fucking smart and don't send them to school, and I wouldn't.
No.
I'd say, hey.
I mean, unless they have a weekend birthday.
Nah, you gotta, if your birthday shows up on a Tuesday and you're supposed to go to school, guess what? We're going to fucking Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Take the whole week off.
That's what I'm saying.
My birthday.
Yeah.
Make it a week.
Do kids get vacation time?
I don't think so.
Alright. They should.
I mean, it's called a doctor's note.
Alright, well, that's pretty good. Yeah, you could probably get, man,
Did you have bathroom passes?
it depended on the teacher. I think a majority of classes had bathroom passes, and then you got to 4th or 5th grade, and it was kind of like the honor system, and then you got to middle school, and it was kind of like the fuck you system, and then...
Yeah. So, because elementary school was here, take this memento.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's
yeah.
proof.
Take this
and
brick.
go. And then middle school, it was every month or something, we got this sheet of paper with tearaways for somebody. It was they look like little checks.
Yeah.
For a teacher to sign you off on, and it was used for either bathroom, going to the nurse, going to the office or something.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Any reason to be in the hall. That's what that was for. It was like currency almost. Students would actually trade that shit to each other.
Did you have a finite amount of them?
Monthly.
Oh my god.
It was like maybe 6 or 10 or something.
What if you got to poop? That's
I
messed
don't know.
up.
Yeah, that was the fuck you.
I don't remember that. I remember my school gave out yellow tickets in middle school. They were demerits, but if you get caught chewing gum,
Like the little admit one.
yellow
tickets?
ticket. No, it was called a yellow ticket. I remember hearing about them before middle school. There were these fucking ethereal things, and it was I don't know how to describe. It was just a little piece of paper, not unlike you're describing, but it was printed on yellow paper, and it had a bunch of check boxes for the teacher. So if it was checking gum, wearing a hat, running, pushing, foul language, whatever, they would check it off, write your name on it, I think they'd ask who your homeroom teacher was or something, because they would write it down. I don't think you got it, because obviously you would just fucking tear it up and throw it in the trash. But they would write it down, they'd give it to your homeroom teacher. And if you got so many in a quarter, it went to the principal's office. You get suspended. I think a certain number you got suspended for. So theoretically, you could get suspended just for fucking walking quickly to class, and someone wants to be kind of an extra penis and be like, "Hey, you're walking too fast."
Yeah, running, chewing gum, wearing a hat, all together.
Yeah, that was all in there. And then I think they might have had red tickets. But I think a red ticket was just... I don't even know if there was a red ticket or if it was just yo, get the fuck... you just slammed a kid's head into the locker. You gotta go.
Dent forever there. I loved when he gave a shit about gum and then he didn't by high school.
Yeah, just some of the dumbest shit. There's all that. All right, kids out there. If you're 10 and you're on your summer break right now and you're getting ready for middle school, let me tell you some stuff that is bullshit that people lied to you. Here's the lies that we were told. You need to know cursive. Didn't ever need to know cursive.
Yeah.
When you get to middle school,
I still like knowing
all
it, though.
teachers require. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty, it's cool, but
I mean, I suck at it, but
but I remember them being like in fourth and fifth grade. They're like, you have to learn this because this is what they require in middle school. Just fucking wrote it, and I remember like one teacher actually gave us a markdown if we wrote in. It was like, well, what the fuck? Can't do any of this.
Yeah.
Of course, these days I don't even know if kids know how to write. Just
that's true, but see, it makes you feel a little more knowledgeable because it's like, oh, we have this ancient language we can't translate. Like, give it here.
Right.
I say,
pass it on. I'll be 30 in a month.
Is that a J or a P? I don't. Oh, it's an F.
Okay. Oh yeah. Is that a Z or an R?
Oh, the Z was the dumbest. That was the dumbest.
It was just a little zoopy doop, right? A little
It looked nothing like a Z.
Oh yeah, it didn't.
I mean, the A kind of looked like an A.
A makes sense.
T's are hard to mess up.
T, yeah.
I's are hard to mess up.
R was pretty dumb. The fucked up thing is when I learned Russian in college, handwriting Russian is always in cursive. Because the block letters are just too much to spell. It would take too long to write.
So do you have to do a backwards cursive R?
Backwards cursive. Yes, and they have weird hook systems. Like you have to put little hooks at the beginnings of certain letters, otherwise it changes what that letter is.
My niece is teaching herself Polish.
Cool.
And she was my brother brought her to work one day, and she was on the whiteboard just writing different words down that she knew, and I saw those little hooks.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, they because I think if you don't put a hook in a certain spot, it's hard to tell the difference between an M and an E or an L, shit like that.
Weird.
Yeah. Handwriting. What's some other bullshit you didn't need by the time you got to middle school?
Bathroom passes.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
I would say didn't need, but wanted still.
Yeah, recess.
Yes. Those cool colored Apple computers. With the big circular mouse.
Yep, that's the fucking best. I remember playing Dr. Quandary on that in the computer lab.
That was it was like 7th grade or something. That's when I first discovered Google.
Wow.
When it was just a search engine.
Yeah.
Because I remember the dumb little eyes. It was a G with glasses or something, or the O's were eyes or something. I can't remember.
Had a little nose, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a good time. Computer camp.
I did a computer camp one summer.
I did that in elementary school.
Yeah, it was like
played Oregon Trail and Amazon Trail.
Oh, mine was a different computer camp. Mine was like they gave you a bunch of old computers that were broken that were donated by people, and you get to rip them apart and turn them into a robot that did nothing.
Oh shit! No, this was just daycare basically,
yeah.
But we just had to play on computers, and then we had animal crackers and apple juice for a break.
The classic.
Every fucking day.
Yeah.
Yep.
I bought Lunchables today.
Which ones?
Well, I got a standard ass cheese pizza.
Okay.
And I just got the little boy. I didn't get the one that comes with the Capri Sun because I might as well just throw that in trash.
No, but you got that Italian Capri Sun, right? The sauce packet.
I'm ready to go. Got an episode title already. No, I got that, and because it's a short work week, so I'm not gonna buy lunch meat for the week. I'm just getting Lunchable. But then I think it's called Powered Up or some shit like that. It's a special gray box. It's for grown-up kids. It's for the big kids. It folds open. What? And I forget which one I got, which variety. I think I also got pizza in that variety, but this one comes with a bottle of water and also
like a little half bottle,
probably, and also a flavor packet so you can make it taste like Kool-Aid, not bullshit water, because water's for nerds, man.
I usually get the nacho one.
I saw that one and I thought about that one
because I like to dip half of it in cheese and then mess up my hands and half of it in salsa.
All right,
and it's like, what do I do? Oh well,
I'm gonna have to go back to the store after this.
They should make like a steel box Lunchable. It's like a steel lunchbox, and when you open it up, it kind of opens up like a tackle box with like the different little shelves of just different shit you put together yourself. Like, whatever, man. Do it.
The only problem with that is their whole thing is like, hey, we hate the Earth. We want you to throw shit away all the time.
But then, like, you can keep this lunchbox, though. It's just a one-time thing.
One-time thing.
Yep. They'll track your purchases. Like, sorry, can't get any more.
Hold on. You buy 12 Lunchables, you get a mail-in coupon, box tops for kids. You mail it in, they send you the tackle box, and then you go back, you just get the refills. Or, better yet, sign up for the Lunchables monthly box. We'll send you your own Lunchables directly to your door. And you can make your own Lunchables.
Customize it.
You could have pizza and nachos one day. You could have chicken nuggets and pizza one day. You could have nachos and pizza one day. You could have pizza and pizza one day.
Pizza and pizza, yeah, every day.
Remember that Nickelodeon show?
Which one?
Pizza and Pizza?
No.
The Adventures of Pizza and Pizza? I was making a Pete and Pete joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't deciphered you yet.
I know.
Sometimes you're joking, sometimes those jokes are real.
No,
I don't.
Just always an idiot.
But yeah, Pete and Pete I've never actually really seen.
I watched it a good bit. Not to the point where like I've got like a fucking petunia tattoo on my leg or anything, but
yeah, I barely had cable growing up, so I probably missed out on a lot of it. I just watched the marathons of like Rocket Power, and
that was classic too.
It's Told by Ginger.
Never got into that one.
That's okay. I don't think I was really into it when I was watching it.
Mm.
It was just like, all right. Then by the end, I was like, yeah, I want to be a little seal girl too. So
Seal Girl?
Mm-hmm. It's a song. You'll check it out.
All right. Check out sealgirls.com. Maybe don't do that. I don't even know.
There's a subreddit. Don't worry.
Oh boy. Mark, did you play any video games in the last week?
Yeah. Not too many. But I'll give an update.
Give me that.
So
update.
I haven't touched Breath of the Wild since last time.
Damn it, that's what I was hoping for.
I know. I mean, I've still been thinking about it.
Oh, that's good.
Like, we haven't had internet this whole week.
Yeah.
And as the time everyone's hearing this, I probably still don't have it. My brother has been out with his friends paintballing all weekend.
That's cool.
And in order to upgrade our internet, he has to first return the router that we have currently, like into the store, wherever.
Yeah.
And then he has to sign up over the phone as a, quote, new customer to get this deal for a better internet. That's just the internet. Yeah, that's Verizon for you.
I mean, they're all just as fucking bad.
But hey, apparently we're going from 150 megabytes to 9 something.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I didn't even know that was... I thought 150 was okay.
150 is decent. When you get that 900...
Well, that's also hardwired. They don't tell you that, but the fine print.
That's all. Yeah, it's only...
Because Wi-Fi was like 70.
No, you'll be set. The cool thing about Verizon is it's up and down, both at 9.
Yeah.
So if you want to, upload a bunch of magazine scans and pictures of your feet to subreddit, you can do it at lightning speed.
Of course. But yeah, so I've been thinking about the game a lot. That isn't my excuse why I've been playing it though, because you don't need internet to play Breath of the Wild. I just haven't really had the time to really dive in with it, because that's just how I like to play that game.
Yeah.
Like, I could have done handheld, and I was like, no,
I get it.
I don't want to.
I've done handheld.
I'm still that same way about it.
I've become like, with that game, like maybe like running around a little bit, I'll do that. When I was on a plane a couple times, I think I fired it up just to like fulfill that commercial of like being on a plane and playing Breath of the Wild, but it definitely feels best on TV.
Like, I don't know how far I talked about before though. I think I just made it to Kakariko and then stopped. That's pretty much where I'm at.
Now, up to right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you mentioned that last week, because you mentioned you kind of wanted to just get caught up to where you were.
Did I mention my horse?
You texted it to me. I don't know, tell the kids at home about the horse.
I tamed this horse. It's pink with blonde hair, and I named it Stranley, short for strawberry banana.
There you go.
That's it.
That's pretty good.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's my war horse.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's not even that good in stats.
Did you get the I forget what it's called, monster armor or some shit like that?
Monster armor.
I can tell by the look in your eyes that you did not get it. But have you met the monster boy yet?
No.
Okay, I won't say anything.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like an amiibo thing.
No, it's
because I was trying to track the quest of the DLC stuff,
Yes.
and I'm trying to get
For what, like the costumes?
Yeah, but more specifically, do you get them all at once? Because they're all separate things.
So, like, for example, if you're chasing down the Phantom Hourglass armor or whatever, Phantom armor, that's all going to be like in one little spot, but in 3 different chests.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. And then, like...
Because I got locations for the hidden treasure.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to go after the Wind Waker tunic.
Is that a thing you get, or is that a thing you scan?
Apparently it's a quest.
Oh! Yeah, you get the lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm trying to get that.
Like the actual like green Wind Waker tunic by scanning Toon Link.
Okay, see, all I have is Wolf Link. That gives me the Wolf companion. Yeah. And I have Twilight Princess Link.
Yep.
And I have the 8-bit Link. That's all I have.
Oh, you have to come over and scan some shit. I'm real mad that you can't regularly buy Amiibo at, you know.
They might resurface next year.
I fucking hope so. I don't know.
I don't see why not. But I did give more time into Cadence of Hyrule.
Yes.
Made quite a big chunk of progress.
Yeah.
And I didn't even like discover the entire map. So I don't know if it's if it's mandatory or not, because I don't know if everything's placed randomly or not.
So is it not multiple maps? Like in Crypt of the Necrodancer, you had different stages as you kept going deeper into the dungeon.
This is just one
big world map.
Yeah, like A Link to the Past.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I would go to the fortune teller. She'd tell me where to go, and I went in that direction. And the dungeons are not big, and that's probably good because it's a lot of fighting, so they feel long because of how you have to keep moving around at a certain pace.
Yeah, you got to keep rhythm.
Until you clear a room or whatever. But, like, I think I mentioned it before, but all the bosses are themed after instruments.
Right. Like the oboe and the...
Yeah, so instead of, I think was it Wizrobe, I think was the one enemy. Now it's Wizrobo.
Fucker.
Has an oboe face.
Fucker. It's real good looking.
There's Gomaracas.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then the last one I fought was Bass Guitarmos Knights.
What was that one originally called? I don't even know.
Probably just Armos.
Armos Knights.
Like Armos Knights or something. Yeah. They're the ones that just hop around.
Really Are they the ones that have the...
It was like one of the first bosses in A Link to the Past. You have a bow and arrow. You have to keep shooting them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Cool thing was that I didn't have arrows. So I had a spear. And a spear, it's not a throwing kind though, but what's cool about it is it gives you like a block or two distance. So you don't have to be as up close.
That's good. Because sometimes when you don't know like an enemy's rhythm or when it's going to move on the beat, like that's good to have that extra reach in that game.
But yeah, I mean, I love still the music of everything, the designs. Getting a lot of items, like I have a hook shot. I have like basically like power gauntlets, just lift up shit and throw it. I have like this. They have the Tingle tuner in that game in a way, but it's called something different. But Tingle isn't a game sleeping. You have to like do this little puzzle, and he gives you this little handheld thing where it navigates you out of the Lost Woods. So the controller will vibrate, and the heavier it vibrates, that's the right way to go.
It's pretty good.
So that was.
Is there no
neat.
visual cue or anything?
Not with navigating the Lost Woods and that, because it's like each section is a different thing of enemies.
Yeah.
So like the land does change a little bit. That's the only way you know you're going the right way. Yeah, there's still neat little secrets to explore or whatever. Cool. So yeah, like it's still Zelda as fuck Zelda game. I'm guessing I'm halfway, because I'm sure there's one more instrument boss than the guy behind it all, and then I'm Ganon probably, and maybe that's it.
I wonder what they're gonna do with Ganon.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
I don't know if he has an instrument, but yeah, I mean, I still enjoy that game. It's an interesting start because you're just prone to be making mistakes, starting over. A lot of not really grinding, but grinding in a way. Good item variety. I don't know. Still a good game. Still worth it. But I stayed up all night.
Oh.
And I hooked up my Nintendo 64.
You stayed up doing that?
Yeah. I've been playing Mystical Ninja starring Goemon all night.
Where'd you find that?
eBay.
Nice.
Ordered it earlier last week because Eon announced their Nintendo 64 HD HDMI.
Oh, and that I didn't realize
adapter.
that was the catalyst of the
Yep.
whole.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, all right, know what I'm doing. I better get this game now before it's gone forever.
Yeah, really.
It was like maybe with tax and shipping, like $50.
It's not bad.
So I was like, all right, yeah, why not? Go for it. So and then I still had like my shitty TV, like big screen that makes noise and shuts off from time to time. Thankfully, it didn't shut off really when I was playing it, but I just wanted to make sure the game worked. And then tried it out, and I was like, cool. And then I was like, you know what am I waiting for? And I just dived in. And I'm basically caught up to where I was when I played it as a kid, which was probably about 4 or 5 hours worth of playing.
Doing some good butt slides.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Now having a better appreciation for some of the dialogue in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I caught a dirty joke. Didn't know that was in there.
I love when you go back to something like that and you're like, wait, hold on.
I mean, a lot of it some of it doesn't make sense, and maybe it's just bad translation.
Sure.
But another part was just like, okay, sure, well, we're going with that. A lot of trademark writing in there.
Yeah.
And there was this like, you can stop by these like coffee shops, they call them, even though they never give you coffee, I think. Well, no, they do. This one girl made a joke, but it was supposed to be about like traveling, because you can like travel by like, if you go through this gate, it teleports you to a different land. And she was like, talk about instant pleasure, right? Like, get it? Oh, and then after she said that, she was like, oh my, like she can't believe she just said that. I was like, what? Okay.
You guys are pushing the limits a little bit.
All right. We're going to go there.
Game for kids. Thanks,
Yeah.
Konami.
Happy ending.
So what's the gameplay like in this game?
Oh, it's great.
If you had to compare it to something, or is it
I would say it's action adventure platformer.
like a Mario 64?
Not as in depth with the tricks,
Yeah, but
you know.
run, jump.
I mean, you know, you're fighting enemies along the way. You don't exactly level up, but you do get new items and abilities.
Cool.
You do have like a Zelda heart meter that fills up, and it notes 2 rows. You find
Oh, you're getting more like okay.
which is, they call it your strength,
Mm-hmm.
and you collect lucky cats, and 4 of those. Yep.
The little yep. Yeah.
The 4 of those increase.
Okay.
They
That's
get
cool.
a new heart. You switch between 4 characters at any time, and they each have their own abilities. So you kind of have to think when you're platforming who to use and what items to use.
It's like a little bit of Zelda, a little bit of Mario 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the worlds are, they're pretty open. The bosses are like in dungeons or castles rather. Even sometimes there's mech fights. It's very, everything is very Japan cultured, inspired. You know, like geographically, it's just all of Japan, and they actually named the towns historically.
That's cool.
After all that, yeah. So all the enemies and whatnot, even the music, it's all themed in that world, and it's really nice. The music's well put together. The sound effects are very good. The facial expressions, like it's always animated on their face, even though it's just a texture.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you have like 2 or 3 different animations just for like bouncing over an edge, or if you're like about to fall, you're like, oh, like that. There's like 2 or 3 different animations for that.
That's cool.
Depending on your angle and your footing on it.
Yeah. Because something like that, if it happens enough where you're kind of always like, ooh, how am I going to approach this? To see the same thing looped over and over. Rather, to see the same thing looped over and over again, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but to see variance is a surprise because you're used to a game just having the one idol.
Yeah, and like, and the facial expressions change constantly. There's light voice acting in it. It has like, think like Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball with like subtitles like the, just theme songs like Head Chala or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They like the opening to this game is like an anime intro with music like that with lyrics at the bottom. It sounds just it's in that style.
Was this like a manga before it was a game or anything?
Mystical Ninja goes way back.
Yeah.
I want to say I don't know if it was arcade first or NES or something, but it came.
I know there were like Famicom and Super Famicom games. But
Yeah, I think that's just how it was. I mean, it does have a cartoon.
Yeah.
But I think it's because of the games.
Okay.
Yeah. It's had multiple variations, but yeah, I think it really put itself on the map with Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I remember that one being the.
And then from there on, but yeah, for me, my first game was this one to
Mhm.
that series. I haven't really played any other. I mean, I got Super Nintendo one on my 3DS, but yeah, this one really made an impact on me. And that's funny because the mech's name is Impact. But yeah, like it's very PG, it's very kid friendly. The whole theme of it all, it kind of makes you think that like the enemies that are in this game think that this is a show.
Oh, okay.
And that they're setting the stage for the fights and everything because sometimes with these jokes that aren't great, you hear an audio like laugh track.
That's fun.
And like the name, it's wacky. It's just all around wacky. But the gameplay itself, I really enjoy. It's just a good 3D action game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Behind the back, kind
of. Yeah. So like, because on a 64, you only have the one stick, right?
Right.
So you can't control the camera, but the camera does a good job of following you. But if you're like running and then you stop and you go to face the camera, if you just take a second, the camera will rotate itself to the back of you.
Yeah.
It will always try to do that. So I kind of use it to my advantage when I'm looking around for something.
Yeah.
And I was trying the sensitivity of the stick. But if you're like barely tilting on it versus full tilt, like it's all different animations of like sneaking to like slow walking to power walking to cool. Running. And each character does it differently. I don't know. I'm just all the details I really like. And for a game that came out in 97, 98,
mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty impressive.
Does it? What's it like going back to the N64? Because I've gone back to it, but not in a like you. I will turn it on and go, "Hey, it works," and then turn it off, and then
definitely had to adjust my eyes because nothing is like clean.
Yeah.
But in a way, I'm also okay with that because everything's already low poly and jagged, and I think that's just part of the charm. So I accept it.
How's the controller?
Feels responsive, feels great. I think it might feel better as an adult to hold that controller than it did for me as a kid because I had small hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, buttons aren't as responsive as I would like them to be. So if they were to update this game, I would probably do that. And, full use of camera control. But yeah, not sure what else to say to it. I mean, if anybody's curious, I would say just check out some gameplay on it. I would say for the time when we're in a Mario is already, it's hard to top Mario for a 64 game because that just did so much for like the physics in that game.
Yeah,
what you can and can't do. But compared to like Ocarina at the time, you do not feel held back.
Yeah, especially going back to Ocarina now, you just feel that limitation of like, I mean, I feel like at this point, any game where you can't jump, is like, but
I mean, even with like the combat in Zelda, like even though it's advanced with the Z targeting and strafing around and whatnot, like that, like that's cool.
Yeah.
But there's just something about like the simplicity with Mystical Ninja. If you just attack things, like if you're just spamming, because you have a 3-hit combo you can do, and it happens really quick. And as you're doing that, you can just like spin the joystick, and you'll just keep doing that combo, but you'll be aiming in all different. You're not stuck to that one direction.
That's cool. Doing
it, so I don't know. It's really cool. It's really charming. That's if you want to know the roots of like trademark games, like that's the one. That's definitely one of the staples.
The one that set it all off.
Yeah.
Nice. I got a code from the developer who I should probably look up now for a game called Switch and Shoot. Like Switch.
Why does this sound familiar?
'N shoot. You've probably seen the logo. I remember seeing the logo for it. Matt Glanville He's the developer. MattGlanville.com is where you can go to check out all of the games made by Matt Glanville. But yeah, so Switch and Shoot is
I know what you're talking about.
I did not realize what this game was when I popped the code in. It's a one-button game. It's a vertical scrolling shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, you're stationary at the bottom, and things are falling down the screen at you.
Galaga style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time you press a button, it shoots, but it also makes you move the opposite direction.
Huh.
Left or right.
Okay.
So you're kind of always kind of slowly moving to the right. You press the button to shoot, and you'll start moving left. You press the button to shoot, and you start moving right. And you can go off the edge to the other side of the screen. Like you'll go off left and come in
Pac-Man.
the right side. Yeah.
Okay.
At first, it's really like it was jarring at first. I was like, "Wait, what? Huh?" Because I didn't know at all. I just fired it up and went for it. And then I started. Oh, I get it. And then you kind of get into the rhythm of it, and you can start to use your, like, you kind of know when an enemy's gonna. There's one on the screen, and you know where the other one's gonna end up spawning, so you can kind of preemptively pull the trigger for that one to ping you to the other side. Hit the one like you can set up a bunch of shots.
Wow, that's some strategy.
You can get a little strategic with it. And at some point, coins will start to fall down that are your power ups, Galaga style. So you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 5 is the max. Or there might be a 6th, but I'm not good enough to get the 6th. Like I always fuck something up because by the time you get to that point, the walls start coming in a little bit with like purple acid stuff, and if you touch it, you die. It's fun. It's a fun little arcade shooter. Just to toy around with. It's got the downwell thing of like.
I was about to say the art reminded me of Downwell.
The art's got a downwell vibe. The palette swap has a downwell vibe. I think it's 6 pallets or 8 pallets that you get right from. I don't know if you're unlocking any more down the line or not, but those you just swap on the fly with L and R. It also has that like pick up and play, and also oh shit okay, I know what I can get further. You know what I mean? It's got that same kind of hook to it.
That's cool.
And fully supports Tate mode and thus the flip grip. So that was
nice.
That was the way to go. Yeah, neat little arcade shooter. So thank you to Matt Glanville for that one. And I played a little bit more Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That was after I got kind of stuck for a while. Like there was a part where I just couldn't progress. I didn't know where to go, and it's fully my fault. However, it was partially because you play Symphony of the Night, and you know the hook about Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. So
you're kind of getting to a point where anytime there's a boss fight which involves a character you've seen before, you're kind of trepidatious. You don't like, maybe I shouldn't do this yet. Maybe there's more of the map I should explore before I do this boss fight, because maybe it's going to put me into a fail state. So I found one of those bosses. I found one, and I was like, nah, not do it. I just let myself get killed and respawn. Because I was like, no, that'll trigger the end. I don't want to do that yet. But then I found a different dude somewhere else, and I was still kind of like, maybe I should go do something else. Turns out that was the one I had to fight. You have to get past him before you can do whatever. Yeah, I won't spoil anything, but if you're curious, the one at the bottom of the map is the one you should fight to advance. The one in the middle of the map, I still don't know, but I haven't gone back.
Okay.
But yeah, so I kind of was like bouncing around the castle for a while, like, maybe there's, and I was like, no, I guess I just got to go fight that dude. So I went back, fought him, and then, okay, got it. Now I can move forward. Because that gave me the ability to stand still in water. Because you get an item that lets you swim.
Right.
It's called Aqua Stream, where you're just propelling water out of your hand. So kind of like asteroid style, you push it the opposite direction of where you want to go, and you push yourself through water.
That's cool.
But then you're stuck using that, so you can't like stop and pick up a chest. You can't use your, you get this other item called the reflector ray that lets you kind of like push a beam of light through a tight space and pull the trigger, and it lets you like teleport there.
Oh.
But you can't use that when you're underwater until you beat this boss and you get the thing. Once I got that, then the whole map opened up again. It felt like a brand new game. And now I'm like rounding the edges out a little bit and finding some more spots that I didn't otherwise visit.
In a way, that kind of reminds me of when I was playing Mystical Ninja, because there's parts that you do have to go back, because once you get new abilities, you can check out a spot.
Yeah, you can reach a different height or find a different thing. Or...
Like, there's like this chubby ninja named Ebisumaru, and he can shrink. He gets this ability. It's a little tiny boy, and then I can run in other little things and get that. Like, all right, okay, they want me to backtrack, whatever.
Right, then
fuck
you go back,
but I'll get it, sure.
Yeah, it's that thing where you get that. Oh, right, okay, that's because even like when I first got the reflector ray, you're like, oh, okay, I already know the 6 spots I have to go that I keep running by that I can't do anything with that I need to go bounce myself through.
Well, that's good.
So I like the game a lot.
What does your Miriam look like now?
So after you asked last week if it looked like 2B, I went ahead and made her look like 2B for a while, and now I just unlocked the geisha style hair. So I switched to that. No, I think I switched to that, but then you can't even tell what the hair is when I put a cool hat on.
Oh.
So I just made it long ass black hair like the girl from The Ring.
Soggy ghost girl.
Yeah, I made myself a little soggy ghost girl. So I'm just running around doing soggy ghost girl things.
Keeping it moist.
Oh God. Yeah, I like that game. It's still, it feels more, I don't know, I think when I first started playing it, I was kind of, I don't know if I was looking for things to dislike or, you know what I mean? Like I was just kind of like ready for it to not be great because how can it live up to whatever? And the more I play, the deeper I get, the more I really like the game.
That's good. Does it keep a percentage of your progress?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got like map completion percentage. I think right now, as we're recording, I am like 79 or something like that.
That's cool.
I just got to a new area that's really cool. Like, it does really cool things for one of these games that I hadn't seen before.
I think I would get worried if like a map progress, like it looks like it's complete, but your progress says like 103%. I'm like,
yeah, it's
wait, how far does this go then?
Yeah, I mean that's how Symphony of the Night was. Like Symphony of the Night, once you get to the inverted castle, like you will exceed 100%. Which at that point you kind of put together, okay, it's an inverted castle, so it makes sense that it would be that I get there. But I think the complete on that is 200.6 in Symphony. I don't know what it is in this. I don't know if there's inverted or not. I know that.
I don't know if inverting would count towards it, but there's definitely
I mean, Symphony inverted was the like.
Yeah, but they showed in the trailer like this was just an ability you can do whenever.
Yeah,
it seemed like.
I finally got that.
Okay,
it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's good. I don't know what else I can say about that game. There's a lot of like cool Easter eggs. There's one part that I found. So remember I think I talked about the little fetch quests.
Yeah.
There's somebody like outside of the town who says like, go kill 6 of these demons. I started looking at the names because normally I'm just spamming through. When you read the names, they're all Castlevania characters.
Oh, are they?
So you're avenging the death of Dr. Simon. I just got one to avenge the death of Sypha, avenge the death of Trevor, avenge the death of... Yeah.
Do you get costume items related to those characters?
That was the thing. Like, the one I have now for avenging the death of Richter is you get, like, a sword. So it's not necessarily...
Okay, because I could see them doing, like, oh, here's an Alucard costume.
Yeah, I could see that. I finally got my first costume that, like, lets me change what Miriam looks like or what her outfit is, because hats and masks and bracelets and rings and all that shit you can see, but if I put on specific armor it doesn't change what her dress is. But I finally got like a dress that actually changes the whole outlook, which is cool. It's a good game. I'm finding like I don't know if it's just because I've played Symphony so many times, but last time I played Symphony a few months back, getting through those bosses, you just like, they're nothing. You just easy.
It's got that experience.
Yeah, just this. I'm having some trouble with not trouble, but like you've got to be a little more patient. You've got to be a little more deliberate with what you're doing. Anytime I run in and I'm just like spam, you really have to.
Oh yeah, that just also made me think again back to the mystical. The bosses are stupid easy. It takes no.
Is it like a 3-hit done thing, or is
no?
it?
I mean, it takes a couple hits.
Yeah.
Like maybe 5 to 10 hits, but it's not much strategy to it. I think the mech fight had the most strategy to it because that goes first person view, and you can grapple hooks the enemy in. You have to kind of like fish them in, like mash a button, reel them in, cool. And then you can do a little punch kick combo, and you can also shoot coins at them. So like those are the most involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, the boss fights just go at them.
No, there's like unique enemy patterns. Like I fought one recently. It's like a dude inside of a skeleton of a dinosaur or something. And it's jumping from the ground, turning itself upside down, and walking across the ceiling. So you get a specific ability from this boss.
So you get on the floor, and everybody do the dinosaur. You know that song?
No. Is that from the show Dinosaurs?
Do you not know that song?
No.
You'll hear it.
Oh, great.
You'll hear it later.
Great. But you know that one, like he shoots like rays of light out of him, these big purple rays, and
is he like that thing in Dawn of Sorrow or Aria of Sorrow? He was like one of the first bosses in the shit. What was that game? That co-op game we played.
Oh, Harmony.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, that two-legged thing?
Yeah.
That's like kind of decaying and shoots like a beam of light out of its mouth.
Yeah, you know, kind of a lot like that, except smaller.
Okay.
And the beams not only come out of its mouth, but like out of its back. Like, imagine if it was a Stegosaurus with 4 spikes.
Oh.
Those spikes shoot out purple lights.
Oh, that's very Godzilla inspired.
Yeah. And they shoot out in a like 1, 2, 3. As 3 comes in, 1 fades away. 4 comes in, 2 fades away. So when you're an idiot, you're just jumping into them and getting hit over and over again for 100 damage each time. When you pay attention and take your time, you know when to move around it. And all
right.
That, so.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that game. I'm happy I got through that little weird bump I was in because that definitely halted my progression for most of the week, and then I fell back in and it feels good. And that brings us to Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh, here we go.
Man. Again, I think I was just fucking depressed or something this week because I jumped into that game, and when I first jumped in, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have bought this yet. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it, and then
they just mentally just weren't there.
Yeah, I don't know why. Just whatever. And then I fucking fell in deep last night, like deep. I think I had to finally make a level. I was not making. I was just kind of jumping in, doing Course World, and doing the whole rotation of playing random levels, and kind of like again rushing in and just dying and not having a good time. Did some of the story mode, and then once I kind of made my own level, I was like, that's what this. And then I went back into Course World, and I got like. So remember, the last game you had the easy, normal, and hard course mode progression where you would have to complete 10 courses to it would do the little cutscenes, and now that's infinite. It just goes. And every milestone you hit, like once you hit 5 levels completed, you get a shirt or something for your maker character. You hit 10, you hit 20, whatever. So that's kind of cool because you're kind of always like trying to best yourself, you know. Like
and these are user-made levels?
Yep. And same deal, like you hold select to skip if one sucks or if it's just not what you like or whatever. So yeah, I made my first level. It's called Give Fred Durst a Stylus. I tried dicking around with the creation tools with the controller on a screen. Because I kept hearing people say, like, you need to buy a stylus for this game. And I was like, you need to stop being a dick. But here I am to tell you, you need to buy a stylus for this game.
That bad, huh?
It's just not intuitive.
Right.
Like, it's a lot more complicated. Like, you can do it with the triggers and stuff, but it just doesn't... Like, if you want to draw the way... That, like, it just doesn't have that same... There's a disconnect.
So you can't even do, like, a Joy-Con and, like, motion control, like, on a...
I don't think so.
Because that would be somewhat decent.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that. But the
Huh.
second I fucking dug out an old stylus from my, the first iPad I bought like a decade ago, when I pulled that fucking switch out of the dock and just started tapping on the screen, I was like, oh, this is the way to go.
Nice.
Like I want to get a different stylus now with like a little tiny smaller tip, a little bit maybe.
Yeah.
It's the one time that the Switch, I'm like, man, the fucking Wii U, like the Wii U did something,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It seemed like a big miss. Like I thought that'd be an obvious thing to include.
I mean, I get it, but yeah, I get a stylus. Just go to Target, buy one for $4, and move on with your day.
Yeah.
The second I did that, made level creation feel exactly how it should. And I like a lot of the new tools. So the first level I made, the maker or the creation part like immediately like drops you into sort of like a half-made level. It always kind of does that if you start from like the main menu. If you were working on one and you left and you come back, it'll pick up where you left off. But if you like boot up, you weren't in the middle of one, you can just hit make and it'll like drop you into a pre-made thing. And it just so happened to drop me into the 3D world art. So I rocketed the level and reset it and then built one from scratch in the 3D world style, which was way more cool than I expected. Like 3D world was the one going into this where I was like, yeah, whatever, who cares? Like I'm going to make Super Mario World levels. But I like the level I made is 3 glass pipes, the clear tubes or whatever.
Yeah.
And those are cool because you can build the tube for within that like level. Like you don't go into a sub area, you're in the same area, right? Like a green pipe, you put a green pipe in, you have to go to a sub area.
Right.
So this, I give you 3 options for tubes to jump into. You jump in and it'll take you to a specific spot. So one of the spots is a mini boss you have to fight to get a key to get back out. You can get by the boss, and I try to make it so that you can get by the boss and go up, and there's options to get out, but they're not necessarily the options you want, maybe, or maybe you do, or maybe it just puts you back at the beginning or whatever.
You tempt them.
Yeah, I did some cool stuff. Or I think it was cool, just for my first thing, like dicking around. I did it all like laying in bed, just let me try this. And then just already seeing creativity that people have done with some of the newer tools in the game and like the ability. So this game adds the ability to set the camera speed or the auto scroll speed or those types of things, or even the camera movement. So people have started to play with that already in cool ways that just kind of push you along through a level. The discovery feature, like being able to filter down to just what you want. So you're not just getting auto scrolling levels.
Right.
And people's music stuff that they put, which is always cool, but like when I want to play a Mario level, like that was always the worst part of playing through the course world, was getting one of those auto scrollers and having to hold select down and just wait. That 3, 2, 1 skip. Okay, let me load the next one. Yeah, it's really good Mario Maker.
I saw an Easter egg for that game. I'm sure you've come across maybe some.
A couple here and there.
Like, did you see the one with the door?
The door.
So in Super Mario World, the 2 yellow doors that like open up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, apparently you can knock on that door in creative mode.
Oh.
And if you keep doing it, like that weird lanky 8-bit Mario comes out with a cape and just like stares at you for a second.
No.
And then shuts the door.
No, that's fucked up. That is a part of Mario history I don't want it to go away, but I don't think it needs to come back. If that makes sense.
He just opens it and then shuts it. It's
yeah,
funny.
He's busy. He's got some. No, he's keeping it moist. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it makes me like my Switch again. I don't know. Not that I never not like.
I was like, when did you hate it?
I know you just you kind of like drift away. Like it's another reason to like be back in the Switch ecosystem again. Like Breath of the Wild kind of got me back.
Dive in.
Yeah. But no, I'm gonna have a lot of fun making dumb levels in there. I like the changes to the the player, because now you import your Mii and then you can customize your Mii. I like the idea that you're unlocking things for your Mii as you go through this.
Bringing in Miitomo functionality.
A little bit, like you don't have.
That's all I saw when it's all I could think of.
Full ass room, which sucks.
But
maybe down the line that could be a thing.
I'm sure I can get my Mii to look like Daisy or something.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And then this one has the full story mode. So like the one cool thing is like you can just sit there and play through people's random levels, and it just feels like you're playing. You know, a lot of people are really good at making levels, and even when they're not, the tools set it up in a way that, you know, even a bad stage is still something you can get through and you can play because it wouldn't be uploaded otherwise. Mm-hmm. So you just feel like you're playing endless Mario, like just this ever evolving, ever changing game of Mario. And then there is the actual story content where you're rebuilding Peach's castle, and they give you these pre-built stages to get through.
Right.
And those are, I mean, the first, I think I got through like the first chunk of them, which are like very not tutorialized, but like you can tell they're of a certain caliber, and then you get into the next wave, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're stepping it up a little bit. Yeah. But they immediately like start doing things that are using the new tools that are in this game, like adding slopes in, or one of them had the car in it, which is a weird little addition.
I like it though.
I finally understand why there was a big Super Famicom logo that popped into the screen.
Those are just different things that can pop up, right? So
you get the sound and music menu is way more thorough than it was last time, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's the same amount of stuff, but they have the one radial, because everything you get, all the items are in radial wheels now, because it's easier if you're using a controller to build.
Oh, okay.
The one radial is just consoles, so it's Mario sounds from different eras. So there's a GameCube one, and it plays stuff from Delfino Island. There's Delfino Plaza or whatever.
That makes sense now, because I remember seeing one, and it was playing. There was one that was playing Odyssey music.
There's
It was playing Jump Up Superstar or whatever.
Oh, I gotta find that. I don't know if I have that.
I think it was like a arranged like instrumental version. It wasn't like the one.
I haven't played with all the sounds yet, but there's definitely some cool things in there. It's a fun. It's like a good summer hangout, mega level.
Did you come across any levels where it's just step right once and you win?
There was one.
It's like the shortest level ever.
There was one called, like, This Is Bad, or something like that, or It's Bad, or something. And it was so this has this game added the option to add win conditions to get to the goal. Like you can't, like, the goal will actually be like a dotted line outline of the goal until you do the clear conditions. So this one was collect one coin and get to the goal. And it was like a platform that you had to run, jump, leap of faith style, land on a small platform and immediately jump again. In your arc, you naturally come across the one coin in the level, and then you touch the goal. So you really just had to run. And whoever made it just called it like This Is Bad or It's Bad or something like that.
It's funny.
Yeah, I've seen that so far. I fucking love Mario Maker, and this is more of it. It's on the Switch, which...
Yeah, I'm definitely more inclined to get this one.
Yeah, like the first one had a pretty healthy level of support from Nintendo post-launch. So the fact that Switch is not dying anytime soon, like the Wii U was when, Super Mario Maker 1 came out. Like by the time Super Mario Maker 1 came out, Switch or the Wii U was only 3 years old, but it was already like we were looking for the next thing. Kinda.
Yeah, more or less. And then you had the 3DS version or whatever.
Yeah, that 3DS version was bad too.
Yeah, that was very limited.
Couldn't share levels. It took out the best part about creating, which is where as you drag things, it makes the music. Like this is the best little, like, you just hear the like hidden block. It's fucking cool. Yeah, that is the week of video games, I think. I don't think I played anything else really. Nothing of note.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with a little bit of quick news. Still not a ton of news in the post-E3 shuffle, but a little more than last week. We'll be right back. I was thinking about something that I forgot about. with Mario Maker that would be cool.
Hmm.
Let's just say you got the game, and I wanted to play your levels. There's still no way to like.
Are they patching it?
No, not like play together.
Oh.
Like just click a button that says "My friends." Look at all my friends' levels.
Oh, I just have to give you a code.
Yeah. Which.
Yeah, like
it also seems like an oversight that there's no.
You should be able to sort by friends.
Yeah, but like the same way that like the Smash stuff has that sense of discovery in the Switch app on your phone, where you can like look through custom levels. It'd be nice to be able to like at least like.
Oh, so they didn't even use the app.
No, there's nothing. I mean, it's not to say there's not a good way to discover new levels in the game, but just that idea of like, if I'm wherever, you know, waiting, I got 5 minutes to kill, I can scroll through my phone real quick, like, oh, that looks cool, let me queue it up for when I get home. Like, none of that. Which there was that site that they put up for the first Mario Maker, where you could do that at some point, I thought. I might be misremembering, but
Not gonna tell you.
I thought there was a site. Anyway, speaking of the Wii U, Wii U got a software update this week, or firmware update. Version 5.5.3U, which you can get available via any internet connection, includes the following improvements. Improvements to system stability and usability. They say it's dead, yet here we are. Still kicking.
Well, this is for anybody who is getting Just Dance 2020.
Right, yeah. Get ready for that Wii version for your Wii U. I got a report out of... I think this is out of Game Informer. It might be out of somewhere else. Tiny Cartridge. The Iwata Asks interviews are going to be compiled into a book. Right now, only planned for Japan. The book is being published by Hobonichi, which is the company run by Shigesato Itoi, creator of Earthbound and Mother. But Hobonichi makes planners largely. A lot of like day planners.
So what we're saying is don't expect a translation.
Probably not.
Anytime soon.
Probably not. But maybe that means that the folks at Fangamer will end up translating it and putting it out.
Oh.
Since they've...
Psst, tomato.
Yeah. Do what you did for Mother 3 and do this. So we'll see. Subscriber streams are coming to Twitch. Seemingly, to me, this seems like a way to kind of... This seems like a reaction to the Stadia stuff.
Yeah.
Where Stadia was... One of the things is that if you're watching someone like stream a game through Stadia, they could offer up a queue for people. Like if you were streaming basketball, you could say, hey, line up to play with me live on stream, and then you could play live with someone you're watching. So this seems like another perk for streamers, or rather, you know, if you're subscribing to someone, you can give paid access. Yeah. Different little subscriber.
Like, I don't know if
Wait
this is...
a second. I might be totally wrong.
No,
Nope.
From what I gathered from it, wasn't it just like,
Oh,
hey...
this is porn. I get it.
Yeah, like, hey, you want a more private stream, you gotta pay for it.
Never mind. Yeah, it's not playing with the people you watch. It's making it a private stream just for people who pay extra.
But you can, I think your Twitch Prime...
Can go toward that.
Vouch for, yeah.
Yeah, and you get free previews and got it. All right, that makes sense.
It's like a streaming Patreon in a way.
It's like porn in a way. It's very much like porn. It's a lot what porn did. Oh shit, you said as much in the fucking Slack chat. Yeah, got it.
Yep.
There it is. There you go.
Everyone trying to be porn, huh?
That is Speaking of porn, Sony announces a live-action Final Fantasy television series. This story must be good because Mark and I both posted it to Slack independent of one another.
That was weird. It was like same time.
Yeah. Sony Pictures Television is working on a live adaptation of the series. with partners Hivemind and Square Enix.
14 though, right? Isn't it more focused on that one?
Exact plot details in the perspective series beyond the source material are being kept under wraps. However, word is it will tell, quote, an original story set in the fantastic world of Eorzea, which is the world introduced in Final Fantasy XIV.
Because that's the best way to do characters that won't offend anybody.
Yeah.
To do an MMO.
Yep.
These are original characters.
Yep.
Whatever.
Makes
sense.
Yeah. 14 just got its big expansion this week, so that kind of adds in. Speaking of TV shows, USA Network orders a Masters of Doom pilot produced by James and Dave Franco. Masters of Doom, hell of a book. Really good story.
I still haven't read it.
Oh man, maybe you don't have to. Maybe you just watch it. Who do you want to play the Johns?
I don't even know. I saw some people on Twitter suggesting certain actors, and I agreed with some of them. Yeah, I can see that working, but I wouldn't know anyone specifically.
I mean, I think ultimately it'll end up being a The Room situation where we just get James and Dave Franco playing John Carmack and John Romero.
Just get what's his face in the Flash vibe or whatever.
Oh yeah, he would play a good Romero. Yeah,
do that.
He'd grow his hair out a little bit, but
just get Danny Trejo, put some CG on him.
That's a lot of CG. Who the hell would make a good Carmack? I don't know.
Because I guess we got to think younger actors. I don't know too many.
Yeah, me neither. Now that I'm older.
Yeah, now we're just dinosaurs.
Yeah, walking like them too. Speaking of dinosaurs, Google Stadia games will reportedly not be any cheaper than their corresponding PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions. Stadia boss Phil Harrison told Eurogamer, quote, I don't know why it would be cheaper.
I don't know why I find that funny.
It's
just like, I don't... What?
He said, the value you get from the game on Stadia means you can play it on any screen in your life. TV, PC, laptop, tablet, phone. In theory, the Stadia version of a game is going to be at the highest possible quality of innovation and sophistication on the game engine side.
Because this is also like a subscription thing, right?
Yes.
Because I'm thinking maybe people just expect that at this point. Because you usually, like PlayStation or Xbox, you get discounts. Right. Nintendo, you get coins. You have some sort of incentive to buy these games.
I think you are going to get games. Like it's... For the monthly fee, you get some random games kind of packed in.
But like if you go in like a store, it's like, oh, well, if you're a gold member, if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you can get the game at this price instead.
Yeah.
And maybe people were just expecting Google to follow suit with something similar.
I'm sure that they've probably got plans to stay competitive in that regard, but
yeah.
I think the idea is that, one of the big games they're talking about is Doom Eternal. If you want Doom Eternal, you pay $60 like you'll pay $60 anywhere else. Which, again, like, that makes Stadia seem even less attractive to me. Like, the idea is really cool. I just don't,
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's... I don't feel like I'm the target for that.
Well, as someone who, in the last week, toying around with the iOS 13 public beta on my iPad and my phone, was able to pair a DualShock 4 to my iPad and play Bloodstained from wherever, that, there it is. Like the stuff that Phil Spencer talked about with xCloud, the stuff that Sony's already doing with remote play, and now that iOS devices support real controllers, Stadia, I could give a fuck.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that Stadia had was like, well, anywhere I go, that's kind of cool. Well, everybody else is doing it everywhere you can go. And now I can use real controllers on, you know what I mean? Like that's, with no real hiccups occasionally, right? But
yeah, Stadia has a controller support too, though, right?
They do, yeah. And they've got the cool thing with their controller is that it goes right to Wi-Fi, so the latency's cut down, which is neat. But, yeah, I mean, the fact that it's the price is still, you know,
they don't have that legacy compared to these other companies.
I'm sure that Stadia will do moderately well, but I'm happy with where the other stuff's going too.
I agree.
All right, this is weird. The Tetris company and developer network announced that they're starting a new partnership to create mobile games. The first project is Tetris Royale, a mobile game battle royale Tetris. That's not Tetris 99.
Yeah, because it's 100.
Yeah.
It's Tetris 100.
100-player competitive mode where players will battle their way to the top of the leaderboards every season. Players will have the ability to complete daily challenges while competing in the Tetris Royale mode to earn rewards, including customization options as well as power-ups and boosters that can be used in battle. Which...
I'm a little hesitant on or worried about the power-ups because I want to know what that entails a little more, but okay.
I'm worried about the, not being able to play with a controller on a phone. I mean, I guess you can now, right? I just talked about it, but by default, just having mobile control Tetris, touchscreen Tetris has never been good.
Yeah, like I tried it when Ubisoft
same.
put that one out.
Yeah.
And no, EA.
Either one of them.
It was it was doable, but not for a while. Not until things ramped up.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess they're just trying to hit more of that audience that doesn't play on a Switch.
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah. I want that Switch one to keep getting supported because it's really good.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about games that are still getting supported, you'd be hard-pressed not to talk about EVE Online, whose player base is currently losing its fucking mind,
dude,
during an alien invasion.
This story is like one of my favorites.
Every EVE story is one of those, and this one is super detailed. But is PC Gamer the source on this? The big one? Yeah, looks like it. They don't credit anyone else, so I'm going to give the credit to PC Gamer. But yeah, the game... So EVE Online, if you're unfamiliar, is this wild, crazy MMO that's been running for, 72 years or so?
Yeah, and if you weren't there day one, it's too late for you.
Yeah, or if, you respect your time...
That's a game I always wanted to jump into, but
how could you? You would need.
It has the best character creator I've ever seen. I hands down. And I've played Phantasy Star too.
I know.
This is
it's got the best of a lot of things. However, I think you'd need to not have a job.
This needs to be the only game you ever play.
And that's it.
If you're not somebody who's an avid gamer or whatever, you're not a hobbyist with it. This is just the only thing you play. Yeah.
It can fully be that. But there's not a thing where you're going to pop in for a week. That just doesn't, not the way she goes.
That's basically another job.
Yeah. So I don't even know what the fucking game is. Is it space exploration, or you're building civil colonies, or
from what I remember, it's just you have your ship, and then you instead of guilds, there's fleets or whatnot, and you just kind of have space wars with each other. Mm-hmm. I guess for territory reasons. I'm sure there's more to it than that.
I know there's a lot of territory and a lot of war campaigns and things like that.
I don't know if you ever see your character. After you make it, that's pretty good. I don't know if multiple people can share a ship and work different parts of that ship.
That sounds like something that could happen.
That's what I would want.
Yeah. I remember there was a story years ago about that crazy overnight attack that was planned where they were coordinating it with some faction in the game. It was this fucking crazy 12,000 word thing on Kotaku or something. This faction from the United States was trying to take over another territory that people from the U.S. had owned or something. I might be butchering the details, but they were secretly recruiting people from Russia because it was on the opposite side of the world.
Right.
And if they could recruit them into their thing, they could have the people there start the attack in the middle of the night when all the people in the U.S. were sleeping.
Oh my God.
I think I remember that. Like incorporating real world, it's fucked up, but in this fucking game. And it seems like CCP Games, the developers behind Eve, kind of pulled the same thing here, where they just at 2:44 in the afternoon dropped in fucking aliens. There was an automated warning message that pinged a bunch of members of this empire, this what do you call it?
There's like basically two big like groups now at this point.
Yeah.
One's called like something test or test
something.
Test
Alliance is what's written here.
And then there's another one. I forget the name of it.
I don't see the other one in here. But basically they saw that a fleet of nearly 100 drifter battleships I'm sorry. They were using 100 drifter battleships. But alien invasion hit the world, hit the universe in this game, which is crazy.
And nobody knows how long it's going to go for, when it's going to stop. Like the people that made the game, like CCP or whatever, like they haven't said anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's, what is this? Someone says here, how do you recognize the threat? Ping an alliance. Get a fleet of 30 to 50 dudes, ship up, undock, fly even 2 to 3 systems over, and engage a fleet in 14 minutes. And that's assuming you get the notification instantly. We got ours a minute after it started, and then did that for 12 hours straight. Developers aren't talking. People are striking as quickly as possible, but, I mean, there's seemingly no...
And like one of them points out where it's like, okay, so... in PvP, like, we're ready for it. We're ready for somebody to kind of come in, they use the analogy of like kicking down a sandcastle, whatever, and we have actions to fix that and defend whatever.
Right.
But this is AI.
Yeah, those risks are understood and part of the sandbox. We set up full well knowing the risks and are prepared to fight anyone for our right to be here. But we didn't set anything up at any point with no warning. NPCs would materialize and blow up everything.
And they don't sleep.
Yeah, they don't sleep. They don't get tired. They don't have to wake people up or take off work to show up for a timer. That's the thing too. Like people taking emergency vacations for this shit. Like
they're gonna have to do like an uneasy alliance.
Oh my god, it's so crazy. Pretty cool. Curious to see how that one plays out.
Yeah, I haven't it's weird that like not many. You don't hear many stories with MMOs like this. Like they're very few and far between.
Sure.
But yeah, Eve stuff for some reason just stands out more than anybody's. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by it.
It's a neat ass thing, man. Always has been. I think that's all the news for the week. From what I got.
Not bad. Not bad.
Scroll, do a quick little hot hit real quick. The one cool thing I did was when I bought Mario Maker, I did it with the vouchers.
Oh, you did that bundle or whatever?
Yeah.
So the vouchers are for you or for other people?
For me. So I bought, instead of spending, $60 and then $60 on whatever next game I would have bought, I spent $100 now, so you kind of get $20 off in the end.
Okay. You have anything in mind you're saving it for?
Yeah, probably. So I was gonna get Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, but I'm kind of like, I don't know if I could. If that's something where you end up getting it, and I'm like, yeah, we could fuck around with that, then
I'm definitely getting it.
I could spend it there. Otherwise, a week after that is Fire Emblem, Astral Chains. The month after that, Daemon X Machina. Like all those things are all kind of lining up. So
yeah,
you can still buy vouchers up through the end of July. So I'm probably gonna end up doing another set of 2 vouchers because I'm buying enough game. Like whether or not I buy Marvel, Fire Emblem, Daemon X Machina, Astral Chain. I feel like there's another one coming out that I'm like,
No, those are 3 I'd probably get to.
you know, and right there, like, why not save myself $40 in the end? Yeah. Speaking of Nintendo games coming up, we can close out on this one. Got a quote from Junichi Masuda.
Oh, right.
Yes. Thank you to all of our fans for caring so deeply about Pokemon. Recently, I shared the news that some Pokemon cannot be transferred to Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I read all your comments and appreciate your love and passion for Pokemon. Just like all of you, we are passionate about Pokemon, and each and every one of them is very important to us. After so many years of developing the Pokemon video games, this was a very difficult decision for me. I'd like to make one thing clear. Even if a specific Pokemon is not available in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, that does not mean it will not appear in future games. The world of Pokemon continues to evolve. The Galar region offers new Pokemon to encounter, trainers to battle, and adventures to embark on. We are pouring our hearts into these games, and we hope you will look forward to joining us on this new journey.
Great, we made him cry. That's what happened. Whenever they say thank you for caring, that's just code for people bitched so much that it's pathetic.
Well, I think that like there's a lot of things like this where like with the Mario Maker thing, with I can't remember another recent one, but there's a couple of those things where people just start bitching enough, and every time a company puts out something, the first reply is just some fucking hashtag that someone made up, and it's just picked up steam.
Yeah.
And there's this like consumer entitleism that happens, which I'm not trying to dismiss this or take sides on this at all. Like I get it. It sucks that I don't know if I'll be able to bring my fucking cool ass Delphox that's level 100 into this game.
Right.
That part definitely sucks. I've been paying for Pokemon Bank for years to make sure that I can carry this stuff. That sucks.
Yeah.
But the reality is what the reality is. And, you know, if I'm sitting here and I hear what the developer says, hey, this would have been too much to whatever. If we had done that, this game wouldn't have come out till... Like, I hear all that stuff. So I see that side of it, and I'm willing to accept it and move forward. Not everyone is, and that's fine. But I think to just constantly berate and all that in the hopes that, hey, if we just bitch enough, they're going to change it. And the fact that he came out and was just like, yeah, dude,
no.
we're not.
He's not even sorry.
Yeah.
It's just, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I think they dug themselves a hole by just making so many Pokemon. So it's like, that's going to slow down the process for any future games now. It's just going to take longer and longer and longer. Just keep adding more. And I think that's partially why I prefer Pokemon Go now more to that, because they can just keep updating it.
Yeah.
And just keep adding in generations. Yeah. They can take their time. I'm sure later balancing is going to be a bitch.
Sure.
But that's more dependent on the moves than the Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know? And it just limited to 2 moves, so it's not as strenuous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I feel like if they do another game, I think that's the route they should go, is like maybe do like what everyone wants is that MMO type thing where it's just a lot, just keep the same game but content updates over time.
I think that'd be cool.
I think that's the next step.
Yeah.
Or just like fuck it, region 150, region, you know.
I honestly, I was disappointed when the Galar region, when the first thing we saw was Pikachu. I really wanted this to be a black and white where you didn't see shit that you recognized. I wanted it to all be new creatures and everything. Yeah. It's fine that it's not. It's a different approach, but I kind of really wanted this to be its own thing, which I was ready for. So, that one though, like I keep going back and forth. Like I don't know if I really.
I'm not. It's the same way about Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it was cool at first, but now I'm just like, I'm not. I feel like I'm not gonna be missing anything if I don't play it.
Yeah, like X and Y,
it's not a day one for me.
X and Y, I remember when they were announced, I was like, who cares? At that point, I didn't have a 3DS or whatever. And then certain things they started talking about, I think it was the fact that you could get a Squirtle in the game pretty early on. I was like, well, all right, I'm sold. Yeah. And I went and bought a 3DS and got Pokemon and happily ever after. But with Sun and Moon, I didn't play it until Ultra Sun and Moon. And I liked the game a lot. It was good, but not.
No, I don't know. It's just, and this is even before this whole news about.
Yeah. Prior to it, like after we kind of saw more of that game, I was like, yeah, it's fine, it's cool.
Yeah, it's just not for me. Yeah. And I think that's when I just made my decision. I'm like, I'm just gonna play Go.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Or there might be some cool shit that happens a little bit closer to.
I'll probably try Masters when that comes out.
Yeah, That seems like something. There was that mini direct this week. We didn't talk about that. Looks fine.
Yeah.
TBD.
A lot of all-stars, of course.
Oh yeah.
That's the world we're in now.
That's it, man. That's all you ever asked for.
All that glitters is gold.
Well, on that note, we're gonna gold our way out of here a little bit earlier than we normally would. Got any plans for the week?
Oh, right, because 4th coming up.
Oh yeah, that too. I just meant video games or whatever.
Oh,
or 4th.
Probably beating the games I've been currently playing. Actually, I never beat Mystical Ninja.
So this would be a fun little.
Yeah, so like I find because like I got to the part where I was played up before from what I remember I got to as a kid. So it'd be cool to see what lies beyond that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll probably beat Cadence.
Yeah, you got to be close on that one.
And hopefully dive back into Breath of the Wild.
I'm gonna see if I can get through Ritual of the Night. I don't know how much more that game has. I don't know if it's like if I'm nearing the edges or if there's a whole other.
No, I'm sure they packed it with something.
Yeah, I mean it's already pretty well. It feels like a good pace of everything. I mean in Symphony, now that I know what I'm doing, like I can get through that first castle.
There's probably like a new game plus or something.
I know there's different difficulty modes because you only have the one from the start. It's like normal, hardcore, and expert or some shit like that. But yeah, I am probably going to spend a good healthy bit here with Mario Maker.
That's good.
Just, man, nothing like making a level. Just something about it, like just putting something together and then trying it and like, oh, wait, no, I could do this. Just that little like, the way your mind starts to move.
Yeah, I never spent a lot of time with making a level. I've only done that thing we did.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you should fuck around with that.
That's the most I've done.
It's fun.
It was like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That was?
Yeah, we did the 5-minute limit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were good.
Jerry Twirl,
yep. I was thinking about Jerry Twirl last night because I ran into somebody's level where the first thing you had to do was spin jump over top of a bunch of swamps.
Yeah.
I put a little fuck you to Kyle in my level too. Like just in case he gets Super Mario Maker and he tracks this level down, it's that same hidden block bullshit.
Oh no.
Yeah. I did a thing now, so if you're listening to this and you go try my level out, I'll give you a little heads up. One of the pipes you go through lands you in a spot, and I've got arrows pointing to a blank space, and if you jump up there, a ghost comes out. So I did a couple of those little things, hid ghosts all over the place.
Well,
yeah.
That's your signature.
That's what you got to do. Well, we'll be back next week with another episode of the Free Cheese Podcast. Until then, go to thefreecheese.com, get caught up on some video content. We had our latest wrestling show, High Altitude, a week ago, something like that. Go live. That was a lot of fun. Enjoy Mario Maker. If you want to check out that Mario Maker level I did, you can find out the level code on Twitter. We're all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at some Free Cheese. Marc is at _mental. And I am at the Free Cheese. Be nice to Fred Durst, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, Marc. Thank you, listener, for listening. We'll see ya.